listening to Makarosu 8299.
TOK, TOK, knowledge, TOK, theory of knowledge, why, blah blah blah, blah 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 blah, blah blah blah, blah 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 blah. You've got to be kidding. Blah blah blah, knowledge, blah T, blah O, blah K, blah blah blah. I am Mr. Clark, blah blah blah, and I teach TOK. Blah 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 blah, blah 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 blah. Yep, this is pretty much TOK. TOK, 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 TOK. Mr. Clark's ramblings of TOK, TOK, TOK. Honestly, it's grueling. And now he wants us to know what TOK means to us? Look around the room. I can guess what people are thinking. I could really go for some Chick-fil-A. I really want to be a princess. Running, 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 running. Syria. But honestly, what does TOK mean to me? Well, besides theory of knowledge. Well, it does mean Mr. Clark always talking over TED Talks. Did you hear that, everyone? He said knowledge. Ugh. Not to break fourth wall or anything, but oh my gosh, Mr. Clark. Anyway, how has TOK affected the way you see shared knowledge? Do any of your views have to deal with your duty ethic? Duty. Well, the way that TOK has changed my view of shared knowledge is really that every knowledge out there in the world is equal. For example, art. Art, in my opinion, is a great knowledge. It is a knowledge that basically anyone can learn, and art is something that all cultures have used to portray their knowledge. And I think art can show the same amount of knowledge that language in a book can, because really they're just both different ways of portraying human expression. And the fact that there's so much philosophy surrounding the arts and language shows that each one is worth a lot of value in society. And although I do think Mr. Clark is kind of a nutcase and spends too much time of his life thinking about TOK, I'll give them this. We really do use TOK every day. Whether it's cooking a meal, watching TV, dancing, all of those things I learned in TOK, like memory and fallacies and inherent behavior, all of those things. We really do utilize them, but I guess I never really thought about it, or maybe I guess I never put a name to it. And now that I'm all philosophical right now, I think my strongest ways of knowing is probably imagination, emotion, and sense perception and language. I pick imagination because that's something I use every day. As a dancer, as an artist, just as a human being, it's really hard for me to not think of using my imagination, and when I learned about it, I found it really easy to get the concepts of it. Now, emotion, super easy. I'm a very emotional person. Just get me in front of a TV and put in The Notebook or Titanic and I will cry a lot. I think that's just as a human beings, we're connected very strongly to our emotions, and it's really also hard for me to not connect emotions with everything, as with any other human would probably say, because I think emotions sets us apart as humans from animals. We feel sad and grief and happiness. We feel all of these sorts of emotions that most creatures can't. And sense perception, I think that is very easy for me, as I am a healthy, I guess considered normal human being, so I have all those senses: sight, taste, feel, the works. And I think that's very easy for most people in the class to relate with, as we all have sense perception. Now, language I find very interesting and fun because personally I love the mistranslations in language. I think while it's definitely a setback, it's also just kind of a beauty of it, because you get these funny things like, oh, that was the bomb. Are you talking about bomb as in cool, or bomb as in a bomb that can kill everyone? I think that is like a really funny thing in language, and I don't know, I just find that easy to understand. And then finally, probably my least favorite and weakest way of knowing is reason. I particularly don't like reason because I think it limits our imagination. It limits faith in whatever you have. I just think reason just doesn't count for the gray area. I think every time I learn something in reasoning, it's always black and white, and I still want to know that gray area. Like, why did that balloon disappear? Who knows? But honestly, my favorite part of the whole TOK class is getting to listen to all of my classmates' beliefs. I liked listening to why they think this way or why they think that way, and even though I'm calling out Grayson and Walker, you guys talked a lot, I still think you guys had good ideas, and I enjoyed listening to them. And Mr. Clark, I know you know that I did not really like TOK, not my fave class. I think it was a waste of time, yes, but honestly, I do think that TOK has helped me shape me as a person, and I've learned a lot of things about the arts and everything that I can apply to what I want to do in the future, which is computer programming and making video games and just making people have a good time. Oh god. I think I might like TOK. Dang it, Mr. Clark.